All right, let's try that again. Make sure we don't knock the trash cans over. Hopped in the car, ready to roll, and then it was like, oh, trash day, forgot the trash. That would not be good to forget the trash cans, because then all stinking week long you are packing this thing in, using your neighbors. Okay, little update. Driving past the house that was recently painted. I've experienced this before, and it is, I haven't talked to the owner, so I should talk to my neighbor. She's a newer neighbor, never met him. But grays, gray colors in paint have a base, and there are some blue bases to grays. There are some purple. There are some green bases, I believe. I might be making some of this stuff up, but all that to say, my neighbor, for like the last week and a half, has been having like 3 or 4 cars parked in front of their house. They've been prepping all this stuff. They even put down a primer coat before they sprayed everything on. I'm like, dude, this is gonna look so good. And then I came home yesterday and I was like, wait, they're pulling up all the tape? Like, this is what they're leaving it at? And I think they were trying to go for like a light gray look, but the entire house is just like a bluish tint. It's definitely not gray. They went dark gray on the trim, looks good, but they tried to do a light gray and it just looks blue. And it is not. I just drove by, I saw the painter out front, and the painter was looking at the entire thing, probably. Let's see if we can get this bad boy to turn on. Nope, let's try this. Let's see what we can do while we're driving. Do not drive distracted, people. Let me see if I can plug this in without stopping the video. No, we have no mic. No mic. I hate no mic. I don't even know if the mic helps. No? That's okay. This thing flashes. Flashes when it is pairing, and then when it's connected, it just goes solid green. Charged these bad boys yesterday because I think they were being funky. That's okay. The show must go on. It's a good thing. We don't really care that much, you know? And I apologize for having to look at my big old fingernails, you know? Anyway, to do so much work, and I want to talk to my neighbor and be like, hey, you weren't trying to paint it blue, right? Like, you were trying to, I think I know what you were trying to do. We've painted our entire inside of the house. We love the color, we started going, and then, you know, paint takes a little bit to dry, but you keep on going, and like, we came home to a light purple house, and it was like, oh, this is so bad. What did we do? And we had to paint, and I say we had a lot of help, and the help was not super pumped that we didn't like the grays. So when it comes to grays, might look good on the little swatch. I would paint a little square on the house and be like, hey, does this look like the gray we're going for? Anywho, back in the classroom today, which is awesome. We field tripped it yesterday, had a couple different things going on this week, so we are in full swing, which will be fun. It is a very busy couple weeks, which the first big break of school, Veterans Day is on a Tuesday. We get that Monday and Tuesday off. That's still not for like 3 more weekends, I believe. And it's around the time where I just see the soul get sucked out of these kids. They are grinding, they are working hard, they are showing up, and it's a beautiful thing. But they've been grinding for a good while now without, more than the weekends. Hey, you know what? They are gonna be just fine. They are crushing it. And anyway, all that to say, things are good in the classroom. The news station wants me to do some stuff. I was on the news for some little silly game recently, but they want me to bring a student, show off the program. So that will be happening within the next week, which is fun and cool and great. All right, let's not all try to, be crazy here. And yeah, lots of people in and out of the class. A drone went down yesterday, so now we have 5 drones needing to be replaced. Anyway, lots of moving parts, but all is well. My boys woke up today earlier than they normally do, and I'm showering, and my little son is being the sweet, kind human he is, and he woke up before my older son. My older son takes offense to that because my older son says, "No, you need to go back to bed. I just want to spend time with Dad." And so little brother tries to be sweet and kind. It's like, "Hey, Bubba, how's your scratch feeling? Hey, Bubba, what's this?" And big brother is just not having it. Big brother is not ready to start the day. Big brother is thinking of all the reasons why it should be him and Dad's time and little brother shouldn't be here. And we had to have a talk. And what would you talk to your kid about that was struggling to say, "I don't like when my brother asks me about my scratches. I don't like when he's awake when we're awake"? What do you do? We got the sun peeking over that mountain. It's flipping so nice. I tried to tell my 6-year-old son to remember what it was like being 4 and being around an older kid and wanting to just, hey, what's that game you're playing? Hey, what are you guys doing? What's that toy? I don't know. And to just be shut down by an older kid like that really stinks, And so I'm like, hey, don't forget what it was like to be that version of yourself. I remember the feeling of high school. I don't remember much about it, but the feeling, I could go back there. And so when the kids show up to my class, I'm like, hey, I know, dude, yesterday, pretty sure someone got broken up with, and that stinks. I'm like, I'm not expecting much out of you, buddy. Been there, done that. Not fun. Good luck. But I think when it comes to being a big brother, being a student, remembering what it was like to once be younger, remembering what it's like to be a kid, I think helps you be a better parent, a better teacher. Yeah. Just reminding yourself. Again, I was once 4. I don't really remember it, thankfully, right? But yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating when today, son won't eat over the bowl, so I move him to a different chair, screams, loses his mind. I'm like, yeah, that probably does stink that you wanted to sit up with Big Brother, but you're not eating over the bowl. You're getting food on your nipple, which is legit what he did. It went down his shirt and on the inside, and he's laughing as he's saying that he's got food on his... Anyway, it's just funny. But I get it. I get that stinks to have a dad move you and tell you to sit somewhere else. Anyway, I'm about to pull up into a classroom, and these kids, some of them don't drive yet. Some want to drive. Some parents are awesome. Some parents seems like not so much. I'm not judging anybody. I just, I hear a few things. And, yeah. I don't envy these kids. Do I want to go back to being 17? It'd be cool to see pictures, you know. I'm not trying to do that though. And anyway, but as you go forward and you are around younger people, my advice to you is to don't forget what it was like to be a blank 2-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old, high schooler, to be a single dude. All right, I did that before. To some of my kids, we went and looked at these brand new homes, and we had the awesome conversation of how old will I be when I buy my first house, and maybe I have to have roommates for a long time. And hey, man, you're preaching to the choir. I got lots to say about all that. I don't want to go back to that, you know. Loved my roommates, loved that time of my life, but I'm like, I don't want to have roommates forever, you know. Anyway, these kids are like, hey, I think that's the only way that we're going to be able to move out. We got to get a bunch of roommates together, you know. And then where do we move? Where do we go to school? What do we, you know, maybe after school, where do we go back to here? Do we, you know, where is my life going to be? And that is a big stinking question about where you end up, because I believe it's not where, it's with whom. And there's a lot of amazing places, but you couldn't pay me to live there because the people I love don't live there. And sure, it might be pretty there. Sure, I might have, my money might go a little further. I don't know. But yeah, the people I love, I can't drive down the road and see them. You know what I mean? But depending on where you live is the job opportunities, the people, the companies, the industries. And so, man, that is a very important thing of where you decide to place your life. And once you plant that main, I think you're going to be an oak tree, okay? You plant that oak tree seeds, and once you start growing roots, man, it's really hard to uproot an oak tree. Any tree, and I just don't know that many trees, you know what I mean? So, anyway, it's Thursday. Kids' 51st day of school, man. They're down to, what, 129? 129 days left of school? Pretty exciting. It's gonna be fun. We've got some work to do, though, and that is what we are gonna get rolling. Make it a great day, people. Till next time.